Hey, Sean here, and in this video I'm going to go over 12 ways to start building an email list from scratch. Now, email is by far the most effective way to acquire new customers. In fact, small businesses have noticed this, and 81% of them say that their most effective way of getting more customers and acquiring them is through email. On top of that, for every dollar you spend, on average, people generate $35. So if you go out and spend $1 on your email marketing, you're on average going to get back about $35. That is a great return on investment. And that's why in this video, I want to help you with these 12 ways that you can start building your email list. You can start doing today right after you watch this video. All right, let's dive into those 12 ways to start building your email list from scratch. Starting with number 1, which is to use your past and current clients' emails. So you probably have a bunch of emails already from past clients and current clients. So take all of those and put them into a list. This is a great way to start building a list for free, and you know these people already know you, so it's not like they're gonna wonder who you are when you send them an email. On top of that, you could also add in all those prospects and people that didn't purchase from you in the past and add that to the list, and you'll probably end up with a pretty good size list. All right, so with that one, let's move on to number 2, which is to use a sign-up sheet. Now, this one only works for those of you who have a brick and mortar business, where you have a front desk or a checkout area, somewhere like that you can put a sign-up sheet and then ask people as they're coming in or leaving to sign up and then add their email address onto that sheet. This works exceptionally well if you have a doctor's office or something like that, because they're already signing in the first place, so just ask them for their email when they sign in. Then you can start collecting these email addresses and adding them to your list. All right, with that, let's move on to number 3, which is to do a giveaway. Now, a giveaway is an amazing way to start collecting emails from people that you don't know. So what you can do is give away something of value that people would be willing and wanting to sign up for. And I actually suggest using something from your business, such as a product or service or a coupon to one of those or both. That way, you're not only getting someone who's signing up for your list, but you know that there's somebody that is interested in your services and products because they want to get that coupon or free service. So there you go with that one. Let's move on to number 4, which is to create a lead magnet. Now, what's a lead magnet? A lead magnet is basically a piece of free content you're willing to give away in exchange for somebody giving you their email address. An example could be an industry report or a free checklist on something. These again are great ways, just like our last way we talked about, to collect new email addresses of people that you don't know and to get them onto your list. I've seen this work very effectively at getting new email addresses and acquiring a pretty hefty sized list. All right, with that, let's move on to number 5, which is to collect emails from your email client. Now, you probably would be surprised at how many emails you already have in your email inbox and sent box and received box. So go to your email and pull down all those email addresses and all of your contacts and put them onto an email list. I've seen when people do this, sometimes they'll have hundreds of names or thousands of emails on there. And this is a great way, it's free for you to add all these people onto your email list. And on top of that, these are people that have already heard from you in some fashion, so they're probably gonna be okay with you reaching out to them in the future via email. All right, with that one, let's move on to number 6, which is to create a custom call to action form on your blogs. Now, with this one, it works mostly if you've already started doing a blog. And what you do is basically create a form, a custom form for every single blog post that you do that goes either at the top of the blog or the middle or the bottom or maybe a combination of places. And it asks people to enter in their email address for something free that relates to what you're talking about in the blog. For example, let's say you wrote a blog post on peanut butter and jelly. You could do a call to action and say, if you enter your email address here, I'll give you a free list of the best peanut butters and jellies that you should use for your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And there you go. People will start filling that out and you'll get people onto your email list. Again, this works exceptionally well for those of you who already have a blog and you have a lot of traffic coming to it. I've seen this work really well for those of people in that situation, and they get emails onto their list every single day. All right, with that one, let's move on to number 7, which is to use an exit pop-up. Now, you've probably seen these on other websites where you go to leave a website and all of a sudden there's a pop-up asking you for your email address in exchange for something. These are a great way to, again, get new people that don't know who, don't already know who you are or aren't already on your email list and collect them onto your list. Now, you can pair this up with something like the giveaway or the lead magnet to really, give someone a reason and give a lot of value to them so that they do give you their email address before they leave. Because you have to remember with this, people are about to leave your website, so it does take a little bit of convincing to then get them to give you their email address when they were about to leave. So again, though, this can be a very effective way of collecting new identities onto your email list. All right, with that one, let's move on to number 8, which is to use Facebook ads. Now, this is an amazing one at collecting new people. People that haven't gone to your website and don't know anything about you, and you can really drill down and target the exact people that you want to be on your list with Facebook targeting. So with this, you create a Facebook ad and then they go to a form where they fill out their email address in exchange for something. Now, at our company here, we've actually sat down and built out a piece of software that can integrate with Facebook and actually get them to be able to pre-fill their form with their email address, and it also notifies you every time someone signs up. And that's all automatic so that they're more likely to press submit because they don't have to type anything. Their email address is already filled in, and you automatically get notified every time somebody does this. Plus, we can have it automatically go to your email address or email list and just add right onto your list. So if you're interested in something like that, feel free to reach out to us on our contact page on our website. All right, moving on to the next one, number 9, which is to buy a list. Now, this one does cost obviously a little bit of money, but it can be effective if done correct. Just make sure that the list you get is quality and it's actually of people that have the right demographics for your target ideal audience for your customers. Don't just buy a list of any list. Buy a list of people that fit your ideal customers. So you want to basically write down what are your ideal customers, what are their characteristics, and then go out and see if you can find a list that comes close to matching those things. If you can, that can be a great way to effectively get a list really fast and start moving on this whole process quickly. All right, with that one, let's move on to number 10, which is to scrape emails. Now, this one can be, if done incorrectly, can be a little bit on the sketchy side. So you want to make sure if you're doing this that you're abiding by all legal rules and being ethical on what you're doing, and you have the rights to be pulling this information. But basically the idea is that you can create some sort of tool or software or get a pre-developed tool or software that basically scrapes people's email addresses from a list or from a website and then adds them to your list. And this can be a really effective way of collecting emails really fast and continuously growing your emails depending on how those email addresses are being scraped and from what sources. All right, with that one, we're ready to move on to number 11, which is to add a sign-up form on your website for your newsletter. Now, this is a good one that can get you a good number of people signing up. The only thing here is that it has become sort of pretty well used. Like a lot of websites nowadays do have a newsletter sign up form somewhere on their site. So if you're going to use this method, make sure you're adding something that gives someone a reason, a very high value in them signing up for your newsletter. Not just sign up for a newsletter, but give them a reason, give them some value that would convince them that it's worth giving you their email address in exchange for getting this information. All right, with that one, we're ready to move on to our final one, number 12, which is to collect business cards. Now, this one is probably the most unique way that I have on my entire list. So what you do here is you ask people for their business cards when you're networking with them, or you're just out at parties, events, or even just socially walking through and you meet somebody. Ask them for their business card. Chances are they have their email address on it. And when you get back to your office, you can copy down that email address, put it on your email list, and then there you go, you're building your list. And it's great because these people probably didn't even realize or expect you to necessarily contact them. And a lot of times they're happy that you even remembered and reached out to them and emailed them. So there you have it. That's my list of 12. And I want to give you something for free. In the description of this video, I'm going to put a link to a free evaluation. If you are interested at all in any of these methods that I talked about and want to sort of feel out what's the best thing for you, or if there's some other method that might work better, go ahead and fill out that form for the free evaluation and we'll talk with you about those. And then also, if you're on YouTube right now, make sure you click and give us the thumbs up that you like this video and you've subscribed to it if you're not already to subscribe to our videos here, as well as click on the bell icon, which will basically notify you every time we send out one of these amazing videos. And until then, I wish you the best at building your email list.